This time our Namibian adventure takes us from the very windy west coast into Quiver tree territory. We decide not to camp on a snake trail, discover some fossils, camp under a starlit sky, and then we place our vehicle in storage to pause our overland adventure. So we're leaving Lutherans this morning to head back towards Windhoek for a very good reason, which we'll talk about a little later. Very windy here, you can probably hear it, but nice day. Husky's getting sandblasted today.
Possibly get it clean anyway.
Fortunately for us, the wind eventually settled, and because we're not very aerodynamic, that makes a huge difference to our fuel consumption. And once again, we enjoy the expansive views Namibia has to offer.
Different scenery, isn't it?
It is completely different again. We cross the Fish River once more, this time heading east. Our journey doesn't take us directly to Windhoek because we wanted to check out a quiver tree forest on the way. Before we reach the quiver trees, we travel through the Devil's Playground. We can only assume it's named after the big cubic rock stacks found everywhere in this area.
This is Bush Camp 3Ks. Let's see what we're in for.
We follow the directions to the bush camp, and because we're early, we decide to explore the surrounding area. So we've arrived here at Misosaurus fossil camp, and there's lots of really beautiful quiver trees up on the hill behind me and on the other side too, which is pretty amazing. But also we have a giant nest in this tree. And these guys are just coming and going. The occupants here are sociable weavers, and these nests can house up to 500 individuals. Communal living at its best. I was also telling Mark that I'd read somewhere that sometimes these nests are visited by cave cobras or cobras, just to be a little bit mindful of that as we walk around it. And then we found this. We thought about camping here under or near the nest, but we'll just change our mind. Second snake trail. So we go looking for another campsite, and while doing so we combine it with a drive through the quiver trees. Quiver trees are striking sculptural trees native to southern Africa, especially in Namibia. They are actually a type of aloe vera and typically grow 3 to 9 meters tall. They thrive in arid rocky desert environments because, like other succulents, they store water for dry periods. From June to July, they bloom with striking yellow flowers. Before setting up camp, we tour the area with the property owner. Hill's tour was very informative and he had quite a few interesting things to show us. So this is a fossilised termite nest. It's upside down at the moment and that's the entrance.
Yeah, that's the entrance. But you see, this is a grave of one of the German colonial troops. Then I hit it on a crack and it fell open on this one.
Oh. So how old's this?
250 million years ago.
250
They do
million
not say
years
it was
ago.
so, they say it could have been so.
Wow.
After the Misosaurus fossils, Hill takes us to another area on his property. Here we can admire the largest of his quiver trees, as well as the giant cubic rock stacks that are apparently also musical.
Yeah, now later on, the soft soil eroded away and it left only the rock towers on top of each other. And there were different kinds of erosion, but one very simple kind of erosion was from heat and cold. They made cracks vertically and horizontally over thousands of years they formed these blocks.
So we're going to play some music, a bit of rock music.
Mark also had his turn, and then Hill left us to enjoy the setting sun over the beautiful scenery surrounding us. Out there all alone, we lost track of time. And before we knew it, the sun was starting to set pretty low in the sky. We're getting in camp late tonight.
Very late.
Sun setting, or has set. Lights fading. So we got into camp a bit late tonight, as we said before, but all set up now. It didn't take very long. Fire's going, bed set up, and I think Mark is sorting himself a cup of tea. The starlit sky out here in the desert without light pollution is always a treat for us. So we sit outside for a while and enjoy the night. The next morning, it turns out that sunrise is equally as spectacular as sunset. Mark's already checking oil and water. And we're going to retreat inside with the diesel heater on in a minute. Make coffee. Quite a chilly but a really nice morning. After morning coffee, there are dishes to be done, and then we pack up our campsite while the local wildlife visits.
There's a lot of traffic going on between here and the nest.
This one is a yellow mongoose, and he seems to be quite used to people camping. This bush camp was pretty special, but once again it's time to move on. We have quite a long journey ahead of us this time, all the way back to the UK. Firstly, we need to drive back to Windhoek to then store our vehicle securely. It's a really nice day, so we just enjoy the drive through the wide open spaces of Namibia. On our way to the main road, we come across what we think is a Kori bustard. It's the world's heaviest flying bird and native to Namibia. In Windhoek, we plan to stay in an Airbnb for a couple of days so that we can clean the vehicle, catch up on our washing, and pack for overseas travel.
So this is what it looks like when you haven't done your washing for a bit.
Hey, so we've stopped for a few days now. We've been on the road now for 6.5 weeks, and we're still in Namibia. And we're doing all our washing, as Annie just said. We're doing all this, and why we stopped is because we got a surprise.
The surprise is primarily for Mark's mum. We haven't seen her for about 3 years now, so it was time to pay a visit. But first, Husky needs to get rid of some desert sand.
There's Husky now. You're getting ready. So what's happening? We're having the chassis done, the outside done. He did say doing the engine, but I'm a bit worried about getting hot water or water on the actual outlet manifold. As you know, they warp if you get too wet and they're too hot. And then inside this is your waiting room.
We were quite impressed by the facilities offered at the car wash, not something we've come across before in Australia.
So just randomly, Mark is ordering a pizza at the car wash while we're waiting for Husky to have it clean.
We have a surprise. We're going to the UK for 3 weeks. My mother has Alzheimer's, and we're a little bit worried that she ain't gonna remember us when we turn up in Husky.
Our travels will eventually take us to Europe and the UK, but probably not until the end of next year. So we thought it was important to pay a visit now. There are about 55 million people worldwide living with some form of dementia, and someone somewhere in the world develops dementia every 3 seconds. There is currently no cure for dementia, but research is advancing and new treatments are being developed.
Hello.
Who's he? Who is he?
I recognise your face, but I can't put a name. Tell me.
How many children do you have?
Me.
Yeah.
Who's your children?
There's Joanne, Mark, Gail.
And where's Mark?
Mark's in Australia.
Really?
Isn't he?
No, he's not.
Isn't he?
No, he's looking at you.
He's right
Oh,
there.
no! I don't recognise your face.
that's my younger sister, and that's my younger sister. And that's our other half, James.
Hello, everybody.
That's my nephew, Brandon, and my brother-in-law, Andrew. And this is the lady we came to see.
Star of the show.
I am happy.
That's good.
Then there was time for exploring a bit of history.
So visiting the Dudley Priory tonight, just for a little walk after dinner.
After soaking up history, we had time to snoop around Birmingham for a little while. And then Mark had time to see his favourite team.
So came into the West Bromwich Albion Football Club to get a club shirt.
We also managed to fit in some shopping and a bit more history. Some family time and good old English fish and chips with curry sauce. And then it was time to return to Namibia to continue our African adventure. And we're returning to the Trans-Kalahari Inn where Husky is stored.
Back in Namibia now. So this is where we're staying, the Trans-Kalahari Inn near Windhoek. And this is the place where other overlanders can store their car. They can store their car and go back home and come back again if they need to, which we find a lot of Europeans are doing. They come over to Africa, store their car and then go back home and come back again the year after. And we stayed in these. Breakfast, lunch and dinner. Yes. And the waitress. Hello. How are you? How long have you been working here?
It's 4 years.
4 years?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Doing a good job.
Yes.
Yeah, very good. But most of all, I need to go to the bar because I need a pint.
All of the staff here were super welcoming and made us feel right at home.
Hello. Could I get a drink, a beer, please? Pint one.
A hands up.
Yeah.
A big one.
A big one, yeah. Thank you. Cheers.
The next morning, we feel refreshed from a good night's sleep.
Morning. Morning. Not a bad morning this morning, right?
Great day.
Going to have some breakfast.
The Trans-Kalahari Inn is the perfect place for weary travellers to stop for a little while. They can also arrange anything from vehicle storage to airport transfers, even retrieving left behind wallets. Owners Edwell and Loanie made us feel right at home and we're really grateful for their hospitality.
Edwell from the Trans-Kalahari Inn is doing us the honour of putting on our Namibia sticker, and we also just wanted to say thank you so much for making us feel so welcome here. And yeah, over to you.
Welcome.
Next, we're looking forward to the iconic Sossusvlei area. And as always, we really appreciate a like and subscribe.